Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show Links with Friends, which is the show we host all the time. It's Friday, December 17th. I say as a question. Was it 17th? Was it 18th?
Nope.
We were just talking
Keep going.
about.
Keep
we got
going.
to. Was it already? No, it wasn't the 20th.
You've picked all the wrong ones. There's only one left.
We got distracted because we were talking about holiday shopping. I haven't done any of my holiday shopping yet. I mean, it's like a week ago for me, so hopefully by the time this airs, I'll have done most of my shopping, but I've stressed myself out looking at the calendar.
Well, lucky for you, no one wants anything except the loving embrace of AI. That's what that is 2025.
ChatGPT is Apple's most downloaded app of 2025 in the U.S.
There we go. That top 10 list just makes me weep for humanity. Google Maps should be like...
Isn't that by default on most phones? Like,
that's the best thing. That's the only one, and maybe Gmail, but everything else... Oh, YouTube, obviously. But
I feel like Maps is the only thing I would really miss. Like, if I didn't have a cell phone anymore, like I can read an atlas. I've navigated by atlas before, but a map, Google Maps is so nice.
what is the Google app on iPhone?
Yeah, is it just Google? Is it literally
browser?
just Google?
Does it just open a web browser?
Some people will just like open an app before they'll look at stuff in a browser, which
maybe
is
it gives you so you can talk to it?
Oh, voice command maybe.
Well, last week we talked about the code red that Sam Altman he had halted every other thing that they were doing at OpenAI. We're only going to try to beat Gemini now. That's all we're going to do. And it seems like they've come up with something.
Introducing GPT 5.2. This is a press release.
It does seem like it's doing better in the benchmarks. They somehow did make this slightly better.
They ground up some orphans and got a little more juice out of it.
I think Gemini is still winning, though, and most of the metrics, and Anthropic still has the coding high score. But this was a huge improvement. And that's, GPT-5 was a big disappointment.
Yeah.
So they needed something. And they also have this, if you were looking for this kind of thing, if you don't want to use the Nano Banana, again, they have to try to compete with that. This is what they came up with.
ChatGPT can now use Adobe apps to edit your photos and PDFs for free. For free, asterisks, for now.
So you don't actually have to have Photoshop. This is like a little dumbed down version of Photoshop that runs off of ChatGPT. So you just have to ask for Photoshop and it will summon it and use it. And this
was the weirdest story of the week.
You know what this is?
This should almost be nonsense.
You can smell the fear here.
Yeah.
This is Disney knowing what's coming, because there is no way they would do this unless they were terrified.
Disney making $1 billion investment in OpenAI will allow characters on Sora AI video generator. How long before that gets turned into something nasty?
That's Marvel, all of Disney. They said 200 characters. It seems like they'd have more than that, though.
They would have more than that.
So I don't know if like some of them are off limits or whatever, but it doesn't matter if they are.
Yeah, people will do it anyway.
Yeah, it's already going to work.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of, I think they're showing their butt here.
Yeah, I think this is based totally in fear, and also probably they don't understand, right? Like they can't understand that people will do whatever with those characters.
No, they understand, but like, what else are you going to do? They don't think they can stop it. And they can't. They're right.
Yeah.
How do you stop it?
Why give them the money?
They're trying to pick up, because they're expecting returns on that, because this is the future. They are no longer the entertainment. They are not the future of entertainment. This is. They're trying to be a piece of it. We'll see if it works out for them. And these kinds of stories have defined 2025, so it's fitting that we have one here at the end.
Wells Fargo CEO, more job cuts coming at the bank as AI prompts, quote, efficiency.
And as usual, CEOs are no longer avoiding the AI. They are now specifically blaming it.
Strangely, they are never targets of these cuts for efficiency. Nobody can do their job.
They might be, but they can do your job, and they're doing it more and more, and people absolutely hate it.
McDonald's pulls down AI-generated holiday ad after deluge of mockery.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch this one, no.
So the whole idea here...
I think Coke did one as well. Did we cover that? I don't remember.
The Coke one, though, was kind of like generic. It was like, oh, here's some bunnies and some bears, and I love Coke. And it was a little AI sloppy, but this was way worse. The idea of this is people being miserable because of Christmas. Like all the bad things about Christmas, just quick cuts between them. And the answer is ignore it all and just stay at McDonald's for Christmas.
What a concept. It turns out some people actually do like their families and or their loved ones and want to see them at the holiday.
Yeah, people didn't like it, and they have now taken it down.
Surprise! But I wonder, is that the strategy? Like, assuming there was a strategy, yeah.
The question is, how many people saw that and they were like, oh, McDonald's. You know what? I could go for a quarter pounder, though.
What? I mean, we used to joke about McDonald's breakfast all the time, and then after a stream, we'd be like, I don't know, I kind of want a McDonald's breakfast. Like, you just talk yourself into it. Yeah, so maybe it's working exactly as intended.
And I don't know if this was the same thing, but once again, people railing against the AI.
Everyone disliked that. Amazon pulls AI-powered Fallout recap after getting key story details wrong.
I've not watched the Fallout show.
I haven't either, but it would annoy me if I was trying to remember what happened last season and it was wrong.
This was the big one. The AI is like in a 1950s flashback, but the Fallout world is actually far in the future.
Yeah.
So it's an alternate timeline. And
it also messed up some key story beats. It was saying it didn't understand the nuances of some of the characters' relationships.
I hate the previously on summaries.
I don't like it episode to episode, but between seasons, especially now with shows taking 2 years between, it's sometimes nice to have that reminder of where did we end the season at last time?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So that was not created by the Fallout production company. Oh, I guess is that an Amazon original?
Yeah, it is. So it probably was, right?
But that is something that Amazon is putting on all of its Prime Video stuff. But they're pausing it for now because it sucks. And all of this AI, leapfrogging, Gemini, ChatGPT, all those, that's the big players, the cloud players, the online ones. But what about the little open source guys? They're still out there, and this one was very disruptive, and it's looking to be that again, but is it cheating a little bit?
China's DeepSeek uses banned Nvidia chips for AI model, report says. Man, that report, he's just everywhere saying everything.
It's causing a lot of trouble, huh? So DeepSeek has said no. Jensen weighed in on this, and he was like, I never heard anything about that. I don't know.
Whatever gets me off the hook legally, as he washes his hands.
So the accusation here is that they actually went to the trouble of setting up data centers in third-party countries and getting all of the hey, yeah, here's a data center, and come and look at it, and this is all, we've dotted our I's and crossed our T's. And then, after that's all settled, go and tear them out and take them to China. I'm sure we'll hear more about that. And this one feels like a little bit of just advertising disguised as security warnings, but they're probably not wrong.
Exclusive. New OpenAI models likely pose, quote, high cybersecurity risk, company says.
So they're pointing out that it's getting so good at this kind of thing that it's exceeding the capacity of people to stop it from doing those things. So a bad actor can spin up exploits and things like that faster than we can defend against it. They also pointed out that same thing could be applied to biohazard risks. And, those kinds of bioweapons, that type of thing. Come up with a new form of spore or something.
Great.
To release onto the world. And we are social creatures. We take on the behaviors of others. And now that we are living with machines, are we going to take on their behaviors?
Evidence that humans now speak in a chatbot-influenced dialect is getting stronger.
So how do we know this? Well, it's those pesky words and phrases that AI loves to use.
I can't read that from here.
My God, you drove here today.
I have contacts in, but those are so small.
They're not. Underscore, comprehend, bolster, boast, swift, inquiry, and meticulous. Apparently they're ticking up in everybody's communication, and they're finding that the AI detectors are false flagging because now people are taking on the AI vocabulary.
Have you seen clips of like, this is sort of related, where it's like a child calls like their parent chat or something like that because they've been on YouTube too much and like they think that's like a term of endearment. I don't know if it's real or not, but I've seen clips like that.
I hope so. What would you do if your kid called you Chat?
Who's giving you an iPad? Because it wasn't me.
And all of this disruption from AI, one industry that I think is going to just go away is higher education, because the prices are absurd. You're not getting anything out of it anymore that you couldn't just get out here. And a lot of kids are seemingly figuring that out.
Move over, computer science. Students are flocking to new AI majors, except they're still going to school. They're just going for this degree instead.
Well, I mean, I guess in the short term it makes sense, right? Because somebody has to build all this, and they are throwing a lot of money at people who know how to do it.
Wouldn't computer science still be, I mean, it'd be like a sub major under computer science.
I don't know, like some of the way they phrased this didn't sound like it was necessarily building it. Maybe just using it. I'm not sure what they're offering.
I mean, that's ridiculous. It's like when we used to, when it first came on the scene, it was like, oh, I'm a prompt engineer.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so what do you do exactly? Oh, you're not really that important to this operation, so I can fire you immediately. Why would you get a degree in that?
It's also still true that AI could teach you about how to do AI.
How to prompt it better?
No, like how to build it. Like it can teach you the fundamentals of it. And yeah, so.
If it doesn't hallucinate something.
Maybe that'll be an innovation, a hallucinated innovation.
But then the student has never learned how to actually do it, so it's just a recursive problem. Yeah.
Well, the New York Times, we have learned last week that they have won. They will be getting all of our ChatGPT logs so that they can read through them and laugh at us. And they are not done.
The New York Times is suing Perplexity for copyright infringement.
It's exactly the same case.
Yep.
Copy paste. Nothing new there except for the name. And AI is being used to filter us and to control us and to try to control copyright, which is hilarious, isn't it? It's like,
yeah, you're enforcing copyright even though you've been ingesting everything. Like
you're ultimately going
Kirby?
to destroy it. It's a weird time, and it's even weirder because it doesn't work very well.
Pokemon YouTuber banned by AI finally gets his channel back after creator stole his video.
So he got banned because they thought he was stealing video because somebody stole his video, and the AI was like, hey, your video is too much like this guy's video, even though that was originally his video to begin with. There's too many pronouns in that description.
Yeah.
But I think you understand what I'm
trying
to say.
I understood. I got it. This is why people have to go after their copyrights, right? Because it's like, it just takes one bad actor and then suddenly the whole thing's in question.
But that's because the whole system is so broken and horrible in the first place. But yeah, people will, especially TikTok, every YouTuber the big YouTuber that I follow is like, oh, my stuff's all over TikTok. None of that is me, by the way. Like they just take my clips and put them on TikTok. There's a whole mass of people who are ready to do that. It's probably not even people. It's probably automated, right?
Yeah.
That's our future. And the future might be in space, but maybe not for the people, maybe for these data centers, which is good news if you're a water table somewhere in the world, but it does have some limitations.
Greetings, Earthlings. Nvidia-backed Starcloud trains first AI model in space as orbital data center race heats up.
Heat being the operative word there, because these are H100 GPUs that they have in space. That's a 700 watt GPU. The newest Blackwell ones, I think, are like at least double that. They might be like knocking on 5,000. And so for 700 watts, you need a fairly large heat sink, because in space, the only way that you get rid of heat is to radiate it, right? So you need a big giant heat sink. But for the bigger ones, for like a whole data center worth of the newest chips, you would need kilometers of surface area. So we're going to have giant squares in the night sky.
The loss of the night sky is so sad to me. I don't even have, like, in the area I'm in, I'm pretty far out, but, like, I still have quite a bit of light pollution, but we can at least see some stars. It sucks when you're in town and you can't see anything, but that's, like, what everyone's going to have eventually because it's just going to be space junk.
But the communication part they've got and the solar panel part they've got, it's just the cooling they have to deal with. And, unless something changes with physics or we figure out a new way to do that, it's just going to be massive, massive hunks of metal up there in orbit to try to radiate all that heat away. And when a hard drive goes bad, it's just gone. You can't fix it. Now, last week we heard from the other Anduril guy, and he said some really insane things about using AI for war. And here we have exactly the same kind of insanity.
Palmer Luckey says AI should be allowed to decide who lives and dies in war. Man who wears flip-flops for a photo op says the AI should be allowed to decide who lives and dies in war.
It's not the iconic vibe that the leather jacket is it?
It really isn't. He's not a fashion girly, I'll say that.
So his argument here is we can't afford not to let AI decide who to kill. So he's saying it's such an important thing that AI has to do it because humans might make mistakes. And it's better to just let AI do it because they're going to be so much better at it. And overall, we will kill less people.
The whole argument falls apart when you realize AI also makes mistakes. And AI also has biases because it's been trained on data that has biases.
But the other guy last week, you missed it. They were talking about the Venezuelan strikes on the boats. And that guy was like, oh, you should let us choose what boats to strike because we will be absolutely sure with AI that that's the right boat. So you have to let us do this. You have to let the AI have weapons because if you don't, people might die.
I'm just saying that man has his dogs out and he's telling me how to live my life. No thanks.
He's telling everybody how to live their life.
How to die their death? Hell no.
And he might get his way. He's getting his way thus far. New York has put this bill out there. I guess this is a law now. And this is going to immediately come into conflict with Trump's executive order. What is going to happen here?
New York governor signs AI protection bills as SAG-AFTRA executives tout gains for performers. This is from the Hollywood Reporter.
So this is going to do a couple of things, but the big one is that you must put some kind of warning or you have to admit that you've used AI. So McDonald's, if they run their commercial in New York, they're going to have something on there to say
this is AI generated.
Or maybe not.
Well, yeah, who knows? Because we live in a weird world where apparently state rights don't matter anymore.
And newspapers have been, obviously the New York Times is at the spearhead of like, hey, you're stealing everything. We hate AI. But at the same time, AI makes life easy for us. And they've put their toes in the water. And the Washington Post has found that water filled with piranha.
Washington Post AI-generated podcasts rife with errors and fictional quotes.
So the idea here is if you are an app user, a Washington Post app subscriber, you will get a personalized AI roundup of all the news stories that you like. The problem is, it got a lot of stories wrong. Gave a lot of bad information. People were not particularly happy about it. The people most upset about it, the newsroom, who hated it from the beginning.
They're like, we didn't ask for this. We didn't vet this.
So they've pulled that for the moment.
We will get things wrong on this particular program, but it's not AI generated. It's horrifically and unavoidably organic.
It's true, genuine, free-range organic human mistakes.
Yes. That's on our little milk carton with our faces.
And if you recall, we had the AI student monitoring, which apparently is everywhere. That kind of happened quietly, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, you got to get the new generation of citizens used to that from a young age.
And it discovered that it thought that a bag of Doritos was a gun.
Twice. We have covered that story twice in two different scenarios.
Was it a chip bag the second time?
Yes.
Oh, it was both times?
Yeah.
Okay. But that is not the only thing that it will get wrong.
Florida student holding clarinet, quote, as if it were a weapon, sends school into lockdown.
There's an insane quote at the bottom of this where it's like, well, the children need to think more about how they're holding their clarinet. It's like, what?
I feel like the genre of photo of like people pretending to be wearing like a tuba as armor or like, you know, wielding it, like that's an old style of photo. People will do that forever. What a dumb thing.
And that might have been, the kid might have been doing it on purpose. But there would also be times when you might carry a clarinet that way just because you're not thinking about it.
Or what if it false flags it? It's just like, oh, they have something long in their hand. I think it's a rifle. Yeah.
That's just, the fact that kids have to think about that level of surveillance, man, that's crazy. Unfortunate. And if you're doing a little, maybe you got a little eggnog, you know, do a little Christmas drinking or whatever, pour a little bit out for this fella.
NASA loses contact with MAVEN Mars orbiter. I have faith that they'll go back full contact for Christmas.
Just take a little break.
Yeah, they're
just,
you know, just, you know, there's too much stress during the holidays, and I didn't want to deal with it anymore.
Just had to have a hot chocolate.
Yeah.
A mental health day. So unfortunately, he's still up there. He's orbiting, but not able to communicate with Earth for a couple of days. Maybe the best name for a robot we've seen yet. This one's fantastic, and it's smart.
RoboCrop, teaching robots how to pick tomatoes.
So they point out that, yeah, we've got these soft hands that can carefully grab the tomatoes without crushing them, and it can pluck them from the vine. But when should it pluck the tomato? And because tomatoes don't all grow at the same rate, how should it carefully bypass some and pick the others? Well, they figured it out. This guy can do it.
You can see there's screenshots here where you can see how it like identifies them with little green squares.
They have not done this at scale. They have not mounted it to something that can actually travel through the fields of tomatoes, but hopefully someday we'll have that guy picking tomatoes.
I want a machine like that for tomato hornworms. Like I'll go out and pick my tomatoes, but I want a machine that just picks the worms off.
It'll probably blast them with lasers.
Yeah, kill them. That's fine. If you throw them out in the grass, usually a bird will pick them up pretty quick because they're bright green, but they blend in with the foliage of the tomato.
Ooh, I bet there will be birds who adapt to ride around on the robots.
Yeah, because they know that there's going to be snacks left behind if it's throwing bugs away.
Like positive. Or even if it blasts them, you get like a little crunchy,
like a little residual,
a little
snack
treat. Bug.
Yeah,
that'd be fantastic. And China is ahead of us in the robot game in many ways. They kind of threw caution to the wind and just did it, and it's seemingly working out.
China's ports have gone driverless. Here's what that looks like.
I mean, it just looks like driverless cars. We've seen that. We
Yeah.
know what that looks like, but they're doing it.
Isn't that an easier use case, though, where it's like a very limited dock? I guess some of the stuff would shift around, which would be difficult, but like it's flat. It stays mostly the same. Like that's probably the ideal environment for a driverless car.
And you're controlling every vehicle.
Yeah.
So like you don't have to worry about unpredictable human drivers doing things, but they're doing it, and it's apparently working really well, which means that all of those dock jobs are on the way out. Unions are not going to love that. Did you watch this video?
I did not watch this one.
Oh my God, you got to watch this video. I mean, it's going to describe what happened. It's pretty obvious, but it's great.
Elon Musk's Optimus robot collapses in a hilariously suspicious way.
You can see on the right there, why is that suspicious? Because it looks like somebody is taking off a VR headset.
Huh.
Why would the robot make that motion right before collapsing?
It's weird that keeps happening.
So they have these robots out there that will give you a water. Now you could just pick the water up off the tank.
No, that's too much labor. I can't be expected.
But this guy, for whatever reason, he accidentally smashes one of the waters and then seemingly out of frustration does the helmet move and then falls backwards immediately and just like goes limp. So there's accusations that this might have been a teleoperated robot.
Hasn't he had that happen before where it was actually like, it was a robot, but it was someone actually just in a suit?
In fact, there's another video here. If you watch where the big red arrow is conveniently pointing, see that See that? When the robot makes the hand movement, there's a hand off screen making the same movement. Yeah. So the fine-tuned control. Now, it is still kind of impressive that robot has fully functional 5-digit hands, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little easier, though, when have a person actually doing it. I mean, at that point, you've really just increased your costs because you're paying for the human and the robot.
Yeah, but you're getting all that hype. Got to have the hype. The other question, what I want to have answered is, why did that person choose to bail on the helmet? Were they sick?
Were they in a warehouse somewhere and it was like, there's a fire? Oh, no.
That's the story I want to find out.
Yeah.
Presumably they'd be in the same building, I guess.
Yeah, I would think, but because otherwise you had too much latency, right?
Now, I don't know too much about iShowSpeed. I know he's really popular on social media.
Yeah, I've never.
I don't really know what he does exactly. This video did not endear me to his content. I'm not looking for more of it.
Creator iShowSpeed sued for allegedly punching and choking viral humanoid Rizzbot.
Now, this feels a little bit like a pure publicity stunt for both of them, but I think there is a lawsuit. And if you just frivolously filed that lawsuit for publicity, presumably that could be bad for you?
I would think, yeah, you'd get in trouble for that.
Did you watch the video?
No, I didn't watch any of these. Like, I read some of these articles, but I didn't get a chance to watch the videos.
It's very cringy because they're like, hey, the Rizzbot's here to meet you. And he's just like, I don't know, trying to do something controversial. Eventually he punches it and chokes it, which they claim broke the very sensitive head cabling and controls and stuff, and prevented Rizzbot from doing the rest of his press tour. So they're saying they're suing for all of that lost income and publicity.
Maybe he just wasn't as charismatic, as Rizzy as he thought.
At first, he does talk a little crap, and that's what gets him punched. But then he tones it down and he actually begins to compliment this guy. Tells him his hair is nice and he's in good shape and he likes his jersey.
Don't lie to me, you little bot.
But the whole thing is just like, God, is this really what the children are watching?
That's how I feel whenever the rare times where I've looked at the front page of Reddit logged out and it's all like streamer drama and I'm like, is this just like tabloids from when, we were young? And it's like, why does anyone care about these people? But I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
I mean, we
right?
had that in our day.
Yeah.
Right. We had like Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's just tabloid culture, but just in a different format. And for streamers, of all people.
Some things never change, I suppose. And one thing that never changes is authority, abusing power. And we have several examples of that here in the nonsense section.
Vallejo confirms police had separate filing cabinet that hid officer complaints from courts.
So if someone complained,
You just went to a special
just
cabinet.
file that in another cabinet.
We do keep records, but it's just not public.
Totally illegal.
Yeah.
And something that should never happen. And it has now been admitted in court. But so far, nothing has happened to correct it, as far as we know.
They probably still have that cabinet, right?
I suppose. Maybe painted a different color.
They filed a new thing in there that was like, guy told press about cabinet. And it got a report in there.
And that's not the only problem we have, because right now we're experiencing a shortage in manpower in a lot of these law enforcement agencies. I guess ICE is bleeding off all of the lower paid people. And so they're willing to hire almost anybody with any kind of experience.
What was it?
Waukesha.
Waukesha city cop ousted for OWI, leaving crash hired at sheriff's office.
It's amazing how many people in Wisconsin and Minnesota are just drinking and driving all the time.
Apparently, there's a big drinking culture in both of those states.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I've heard. I don't know that because I've never been and or lived there, but
Yeah, and they don't keep it in the bar.
yeah,
They take it on the road.
that's the reputation anyway.
A couple of road sodas. So this guy ran over a roundabout and hit something, and they did a report, and they're like, yes, he should know better. He has done DUI or OWI or whatever they call it, arrests before. He knows damn well what this is all about. He did it anyway, fired him, and the deputies or the sheriff's department was like, we'll take you. Come on in. Here's a gun.
They literally they're like, whoa, 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 before we give you this gun, are you safe with the gun? He's like, yeah. And they just immediately hand it to him.
Are you drunk right now? And he was like, well,
They just hand it to him
I'm just a
anyway.
little buzzed right now.
They're like, ah, it's fine.
I had a buzz ball
Me
in the
too.
car.
He opens his glove compartment just full. When I worked at a liquor store, I remember there was a guy who would come in and he would buy a whole little package of the tiny airplane bottles of vodka. And I remember asking one of my coworkers, 'cause I was young at the time. I was like, why does he do that? She's like, oh, he puts them in his glove compartment. And I was like, what?
And you don't have to worry about open container.
Yeah.
Because you finish it, you throw it out the window. The other ones are still closed.
I do see, when I take my walks in my neighborhood, I see the little alcohol bottles sometimes in the ditch. And it's like, what are you people doing?
Drinking and driving is what
Yeah.
they're putting your life at risk. Now, think about this. You're walking on the side of the road,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and they're operating those vehicles intoxicated. And why do our law enforcement officers feel that they can get away with this kind of thing? Well, it might be that it's the trickle-down effect of corruption.
Kash Patel ordered FBI detail to give girlfriend's pal a lift home, sources.
How do we know this? Because apparently the FBI not hyped about giving Kash Patel's girlfriend's friend an escort because she's drunk. Now, I suppose we should celebrate the fact that he didn't have her drive drunk.
Yeah,
They
but
were
the bar is so far down. I assume everybody here is old enough and probably settled enough in their career to just get a taxi or an Uber or not call the FBI.
And she's some kind of musician, right? Or
I don't
she's
know.
famous somehow.
Yeah.
So presumably she's got the money. She could afford a little Uber. This follows.
Just go over. Like, it was the girlfriend's friend.
Right.
Why would the girlfriend not just go pick her friend up?
Well, I assume she's riding with Kash. I don't think any of them are driving themselves. That's for plebs.
Listen, I don't like to drive, but it's strange.
This follows the fact that we've learned he takes private jets to go to her shows, funded by the FBI, for no
Funded
law
by the
enforcement
FBI,
reason.
funded by the taxpayer. That's what that means.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that she gets an FBI agent when they do stuff, even though she's not any kind of government.
They're not
official.
even married. Like, there's no.
But even
legal-
if you're married to an FBI director, you don't always get. You only get protection if you are with them.
Yeah.
Like attending something.
Yeah, and that makes sense to me.
So Kash taking a little heat for that. And this one may be the most infuriating of all, because over in the UK, they've got the environmental police, and apparently they're bored.
Litter police find man for spitting out a leaf. And if you're sitting here going, what does that mean? He was taking a walk and a leaf blew in his mouth and he spit it out and someone saw that and he got fined $250. Or
Pounds.
Yeah, pounds, yeah.
More than $250. And they said that he called them a silly boy, which I bet infuriated them.
yeah, this guy's like, I think 80, was it 84? He's pretty old. And
Yeah.
he was just like, what are you on about then? Just kept going. And they're like, no, you're going to be fined.
Apparently, a lot of people came out of the woodwork and they're like, yeah, they've done this kind of thing to me too. They're just looking for any little thing to write. This guy went to court and appealed it. And instead of throwing it out, because why would you?
Why
not
would
just
you?
throw-
Yeah.
They appealed it down to 150 pounds. Saved him 100 pounds.
I would be furious. If I was a judge and this got put up in front of me, I'd be like, what are we doing?
But that's not what they're doing. And the same thing with what they come to your house when you have mean tweets. They enforce it every single time. I don't know what's going on over there. Well, I do know what's going on over there because it's going on here. But they're so much further along.
Yeah.
Now, you are a design person,
Sure,
a color, a person of color.
I don't think
And so this one I thought would maybe appeal to you.
blackest fabric ever made absorbs 99.8.7 of all light that hits it.
Now, previously we had Vanta Black. I don't know what its percentage was. Do you?
No, I thought Vanta Black though was not fabric. It was a paint for hard surfaces. The reason I know this is because Grimes had a crown for a Met Gala she went to that was painted with the Vanta Black. Dumbass swore she had dyed her hair black, so you couldn't even see it. So it was just this void in her hair.
What an idiot.
Yeah, I know. And then now they have a fabric version, I guess.
You know, up until now, we've never seen any evidence that she might not be that smart.
Yeah.
So,
That was just one moment in a long timeline.
so they studied
Love her
this
music,
bird. I recognize this bird. Remember those Planet Earth nature videos? This is the bird that like spreads its.
Oh, yeah.
It
And like,
does the little dance. Yeah.
yeah.
So it has this kind of thing, and they figured out it's these little micro channels in its feathers or whatever.
That help it like shed the light so it's not as dark. Or
The
it's
light gets
darker.
in here and bounces around and doesn't escape. And so now you can be like that bird.
That's cool. Maybe we'll see something like that at the Met Gala this year.
Is this, what is in the middle here? Is that a hole cut in it or?
I think it's like, yeah, like a applique kind of thing.
What would you do with that if you had it?
Bjork did that for one of her album rollouts. I think it was a Versace gown, where it's like sometimes you'll see that as like a pattern in dresses.
Okay. And the chemicals that are killing us all. For decades.
Which ones?
For decades, we've been told they are perfectly fine for us. And there's all this scientific data. We got to trust the science, right?
Science Journal retracts study on safety of Monsanto's Roundup. Serious ethical concerns. I don't think anyone's surprised by this. Everybody, at least that I know of, knows that Roundup is terrible for you.
That was from 2000.
Yeah.
In every court case that's ever been brought against Monsanto, or I think it was Dow back then, right? They've brought up this case. This has been like the linchpin of their defense.
Turns out they funded the study.
Who could have predicted that? And this might be something exciting to add under your Christmas tree if you're a bit of a cold fish.
Store it a little one. It's a arousal cream made with the same active ingredient as Viagra enters the U.S. market.
So they studied Viagra for women, and it turns out it works.
Same way.
And the problem was it caused side effects. I don't think they mentioned what the side effects were.
They don't in this article because it's probably a paid ad. So I would be a little nervous about this, but
that's if you swallowed a pill. So this gal says she's figured it out. She's got it in a cream. So if you want to apply that cream to yourself, get some lady Viagra going.
not a terrible idea necessarily, but
It would be
probably
great.
needs some more scientific study.
Great for Asia, right? Because they got the demographic decline.
Oh, is that what they're hoping for?
Oh, you missed it last week. China has put a tax on condoms
Oh,
because
wow.
they don't want people having birth control anymore.
Ooh. Well, that makes you think a lot about some of the legislation we see here, too.
Plus, the last time they meddled in that, it worked out so well.
Yeah, obviously we should all be doing that.
And maybe, if you want something else maybe to get you in the mood, just have a big glass of water.
Cocaine widely detected in where is this?
Northern Ireland.
Oh, Northern Ireland's major lakes and rivers. I was thinking it said BBC, but I was thinking like American context for a second, and I was like, New Jersey? New Ireland?
have an
Yeah,
A.
I was lost for a second.
So that is 91% of samples collected in Northern Ireland had a little cocaine in them. They promise over and over in this article, it's not enough to affect you, don't worry. But the things that are living in the water are now living with the cocaine at all times.
What if you eat fish from a lake?
It's funny because the really good cocaine is called fish scale because it's reflected.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's still true. That was true back in the day, I think. Methamphetamine was also present in an insane amount of antidepressants.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh, and
I think we have that problem here too, is antidepressant.
overprescribed trimethoprim antibiotic,
Oh.
which is maybe why those aren't working anymore. Because
Yeah.
you're literally drinking them every single day. I did not attend this year's Christmas parade in our town. Did you go?
No, well, I usually actually will actively try to avoid it if I know it's the weekend, or like if it corresponds with our recording schedule. I will try to get out of here before the Christmas parade.
Now, I expect certain things at a Christmas parade. I expect, floats, and maybe people are going to throw me a candy cane. You're going to have people on little motorcycles You're going to have a Grinch or 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
What I don't expect, flamethrowers.
Fort St. John company apologizes after parade spectators sprayed with flamethrower fuel.
How does that happen?
Gasoline fight.
Yeah, so they had flamethrowers, and some of them, the ignition did not fire. And so instead of spraying festive flames in the air, just like Santa would do from a
As you
sleigh,
do.
they instead just spray the audience with flammable fuel.
I feel like that would ruin your jacket. Like, you don't get that smell out, right?
One person they interviewed, the baby got hit, and all the baby gear, because they had bundled up.
It'll melt, yeah. Ooh.
They had to wash that out. And we talked about Instacart overcharging you, and you need to go into the store, right? Go in. It's better to pick your produce. Maybe get a little bit of social interaction. I realize.
Get out of the house a little bit, yeah.
Use your legs for a couple of times a week. But even if you do that, you might still get screwed.
How the dollar store industry overcharges cash-strapped customers while promising low prices. This is specifically talking about, here in the U.S., Dollar General and Family Dollar. We are a Dollar General household. I think you are as well.
Do we have a Family Dollar near here?
I don't think we do. I think Family Dollar, it seems to be more like near cities, but...
I think one company might own a lot of those, though.
Yeah.
It might be the same company. Now, if you don't know what it's like to go to a U.S. dollar store, especially in a more rural type area, it's basically just a chaotic...
It's a pocket dimension.
A jumble of...
Yeah.
Like, they don't really stock anything. There's giant...
They're just boxes and crates everywhere. And then, there's shelves, but they're always half empty. And there's a light flickering overhead. You come in, and the person the only employee of the store, the person who runs the register and also does all the stocking, is out front smoking.
Yeah.
Inevitably.
And if you're lucky enough to have a Dollar General that has frozen foods, the coolers sound like outboard motors.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they have some rough compressors in those buildings.
It's like stepping back in time. I kind of love it in a horrible sort of way.
It's got a vibe.
Yeah.
For sure. And it's very convenient because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But the problem is that one employee, because there really is 1 to 2 employees operating this entire store all the time. There's never going to be somebody waiting to check you out.
Yeah.
You're going to have to stand there and just look longingly at the aisles until somebody shows up. That means that they also cannot change the prices on the shelves.
Fast enough.
The little labels. So Dollar General, kind of like Instacart, is constantly moving prices around algorithmically, changing those things. But they don't hire enough employees to actually update the shelves. So we get massive fraud. Do you remember those statistics here?
No, I don't.
They've tested them.
I could see that, though. I try not to go to Dollar General a whole lot, but sometimes you just need something, and it's the closest store to me. Unless I want to drive all the way into town, and it's never quite what I think it's going to be. It's always more expensive.
So 23% error rate, 69 out of 300. That's not 69 that were wrong. More than that were wrong. That's 69 that were higher than reported. So you would pay more money than what was on the shelf.
And they already do, too. Dollar General also, a lot of the stuff that you buy there, home goods and stuff, it's going to be a weird, slightly smaller size. Because that's how they get away with selling it at a slightly cheaper price.
Or it's going to be their store brand.
Yeah.
Clover Valley.
Clover Valley. It's a beautiful valley.
It's a beautiful valley, but you don't know what anything costs.
You don't have to think about money in Clover Valley.
And over in Japan, they are a much different environment, a culture than us when it comes to transportation. They have public transport, but...
And nice public transport.
Yeah, they got the bullet train, which is amazing. But you got to get to and fro the train station, right? And so a lot of them ride bikes, but they also enjoy some other things while they do that.
Hundreds in Japan get car driving licenses suspended for drunk cycling.
The stakes aren't as high.
Well, they could be, though, because if you're crossing over a busy road or something like that.
If you get hit, yeah.
Yeah, or you could cause an accident somewhere else. Run into another pedestrian. There's still stakes there.
Now, I thought this was interesting. I don't know if this is just for bicycles, but their limit is 0.15, almost double our 0.08. So they're willing to tolerate more alcohol in the blood.
Huh. Maybe they hold their liquor better.
I don't know. You ever try to ride a bike when you're drunk? I've not actually.
I've never tried, no.
Never
I used to ride a bike to work years ago, like when I did my internship, but I never did it drunk.
Now, you might have ridden a bike years ago, but something you might not know about me is that I was actually a Navy SEAL, and I have 25 confirmed kills.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And so you don't want to mess with me at all.
Teaching assistant lied to pupils about killing 250 people as a sniper. What a weird thing to tell students.
So one thing they leave out of the headline here is this guy was in a wheelchair. And so he claimed that he's in a wheelchair because of a war injury and that he was in fact a sniper. And, it's the copy paste thing. It's like, I'll kill your family.
Yeah.
Blah, blah,
Think
blah.
nothing of it.
Turns out that's a lie. He's not done any of that. He was just trying to impress the students. They were going to let him go, but unfortunately he's already moved up to a higher teaching position. So he's out there somewhere, still making up crap for the kids.
I would maybe forgive this more if he was doing it as a joke and the kids didn't get it. Because kids don't always catch on to sarcasm, but why would you try to impress a bunch of children with that kind of story?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, I suppose. He did not show up to his own hearing. So they ruled that he will never be allowed to teach in that.
The district, yeah.
It's not a crime, necessarily.
Yeah, it's dumb, but yeah, it's not really a crime.
It's a very common thing, though. Stolen valor. And do you remember Bonnie Blue?
No, I saw this story elsewhere, though. This was a popular story this week.
Well, we've talked about Bonnie in the past. You might not remember, but she gained fame by servicing on video 100 men in a 24-hour period.
Oh, I do remember that. Ugh.
But then she followed it up with 1,000. Yeah. And unfortunately, the 1,000 had to be canceled. Nobody ever got to watch it because there might have been some underaged in there. And that's also
That's apparently a repeated problem for this chick, according to this article.
That's her whole thing. That's who she advertises to.
Bali police arrest OnlyFans creator Bonnie Blue over alleged, quote, bang bus shoot on Indonesian island. Apparently she often targets underage people, which seems like if the gender was reversed there,
yeah,
that's not okay.
You might be too young for this. Do you remember Girls Gone Wild?
Unfortunately, yes. I saw those ads.
Kind of that vibe, right?
Yeah, it's kind of...
Except Girls Gone Wild, they weren't advertising that they were actually doing anything with the girls. They were just filming them.
Yeah.
She is coming out and saying yes.
That's, yeah. I mean, both are reprehensible. Also, this is dumb from taking everything out of it on that front. It's dumb if you're a business owner to go into a place like this knowing that there are probably going to be laws against what you're doing and then doing it anyway.
Indonesia is a Muslim country, overwhelmingly Sharia law, but Bali is a Hindu, but it doesn't matter. Both are against this kind of thing.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't even think you're allowed to film anything like this in any capacity.
Right. And she should know that as a quote business owner. But
now she's a Brit, but apparently she's focusing on Australia now.
Yeah, that's what I was a little confused by that detail.
And I think because of the geography, a lot of Australians vacation in Bali.
Okay.
So they go on their spring break to Bali, and she would go and try to be a part of that. She's 25.
Oh, really?
She looks a little more than 25.
I
right?
think so too. Well, it's probably a hard living. Yeah.
It's a high octane lifestyle.
I guess.
She is looking at 15 to 20 years in an Indonesian prison.
The article said that they probably wouldn't, though, right?
They usually deport.
They deport, yeah.
Although we've had the recent, we got Johnny Somali in Korea and the guy in the Russian guy, I can't remember what country he's in. They're not playing those games anymore. They're keeping them, making examples out of. And sometimes you just really, really, really want a building to burn down, and you're willing to take the extra steps.
The extra heat, if you will. Dallas arson suspect accused of stabbing fire hose line during house fire.
So she started this fire, used some kind of accelerant, and when the fire department showed up, she also announced that she had started the fire on some kind of social media. And then the fire department shows up, and she attacked the hose. It's commitment.
Yeah. She knew what she wanted. I'll give her that.
Here's one I think this is going to divide the audience, because it's a question of when is it okay to stab?
Use of racist slur by wounded man in Portland's Old Town stabbing spurs jury to acquit. I didn't see this one, so you're going to have to explain some of the nuance to me.
Okay, so white guy is... Both these guys are homeless.
Okay.
They get into some sort of shouting match.
Right.
White guy gets stabbed.
Okay.
There's an altercation. He gets stabbed. This goes to court, and it comes out on a video in court that he had said the N-word after the stabbing. So the jury acquitted the stabbing completely. They said that made it okay. Now, neither of these guys are princes, all right?
Yeah.
Multiple arrests. I think the white guy has crimes against children in his past. Yeah. And
neither of these are good people, but, I mean, someone was stabbed. Sorry, that's
Is
my
that
stomach.
your belly?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Did you skip
I
breakfast?
ate this morning. I had a bowl of Cheerios and I had a yogurt right before I left.
You need more.
I know.
You need protein.
I'm hungry.
I guess you get some protein in
You
yogurt.
get protein yogurt, yeah.
Now, this one is hilarious. You probably don't know. I didn't know because I don't follow the soccer or the football, as they call it. But we are going to be the hosts for the next FIFA World Cup, right?
Really?
Or one of the ones that's coming up. Yep.
That's surprising.
Well, it's actually going to be shared between...
Who would come? Like, if you're from a foreign country and, like, you're seeing all these headlines right now, why would you come?
Well, that's going to be a big problem, right?
Yeah.
So it's actually going to be U.S., Mexico, and Canada. They're going to share.
Oh, so it's like just North America power thruple.
One of the...
There's
the
no, it's Mexico, Canada.
But what are the genders in that?
They're power thruple.
Well, I guess they could all be the same gender because that's where we're going here. Because Washington will be hosting one of the matches. And because it's Washington, they decided that was going to be the Pride match. Now, they decided this before it was decided who would be playing in that match. They didn't know. Now we do know. It's Iran and Egypt.
Egypt want World Cup Pride match plans canceled.
They don't want to play the Pride match.
They should make them do it anyway.
They show like it's all rainbows and stuff on the field.
They're all like awkward, like trying not to touch their teammates. Like,
oh man, that's so good. So we're yet to see what's going down. I think Washington has announced that they don't want to back down from it. And
when in Rome,
the royal family, not good PR in 2025.
No.
It's not been the best year for them, and a lot of people are getting upset about it.
Tower of London closed after custard and apple crumble thrown on case containing UK crown jewels. I like the extra journalistic integrity of telling us what exactly kind of crumble.
Also a very British dessert.
Yeah.
We would call that a turnover, right?
I guess.
I don't know the actual.
Custard and apple crumble.
But yeah, these people, the name of the group was...
Oh, we ate dirt cake, I mean...
I always thought that was delicious.
We weren't fancy. Oh, yeah.
That was fantastic. I can't remember the name of this, but there's some kind of group, and they're like, hey, these people are awful.
I mean, after all the stuff that came out about Prince Andrew this year alone, like, are they wrong?
Oh, Take Back Power is the name of the group. They've been arrested. And the 6-7 thing just continues to grow, and no one knows how to stop it. It's like a mind virus.
It's because as oldies, we have to lean into it. So we make it cringy for them so that they stop.
But also, if you're a business, wouldn't that be like a fun promotional thing?
Yeah, you use it. You use it for evil.
If your
the kids don't want it anymore.
If your ticket is 6-7 and you do the dance, maybe you get like a free fries or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but that's not what they did.
In and out, nixes 6-7 from ticket system due to 6-7 trend.
So kids were just waiting. They love 6-7 so much. They were planning out because I guess they yell out the ticket number.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
They do at McDonald's too a lot.
And so whenever they get into the 60s, the kids would group up and get ready.
Wait, and then they'd...
and when 6-7 came out, they would lose their minds.
I don't really get it, but like I'm fine with it. Yeah, it's like it's a normal like weird youth thing. We had our own when we were young.
Think about like all kids rebel, right?
Yeah.
But think about all there is to rebel against right now if you're a kid.
Yeah.
Like all the crazy stuff in the world right now that you have to deal with as a kid. I get it. You You just want to lose your mind.
Let them do it. It's like when they all yelled the chicken jockey thing, Minecraft.
Yeah.
Though I still think there's a component of that is marketing.
But there's not here because they can't market it.
Yeah,
Like, they
don't use it. Yeah, that's why I like it a little bit more, I think.
Although this is not the first time they've done this, they point out that 69 also taken off the ticket system. So the 60s, they're running out of 60s.
It's just constant giggling all through that number set.
It was a fun story about what your dogs can get up to when you're away.
Aussie lawmakers' dogs let horse and steer into house. Now the outside animals know what air conditioning feels like.
So they had some
It's
sort of
summer there.
they had a home monitoring thing, and it registered the door open. The dogs opened the door, and then in came the other animals.
So we're like, oh, what's in here?
He claims that they knocked things off of shelves, ate some vegetables that were on the table,
Yeah.
and drank a large amount of aquarium water.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you think they ate any of the fish?
He wasn't sure. He said he never counted the fish before, but he felt like eyeballing it. They were all there.
Okay, well, that's great.
Also, this horse's name? You can't read that, can you?
No, it's too far away.
Can you guess?
No, sorry, my stomach is just going at it.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I think I've got sushi. I'll probably do sushi.
Ooh, horse's name is Cricket.
Oh, that's my name of my cat, if you're new here. Little baby cricket. Did you see the cat when you pulled up?
No.
There was a little cat outside.
You're going to adopt it?
Well, he looked like Cricket, and I was like, oh, look at him. But then
That'd
he
be
ran away.
That would be the perfect
Doppelganger Cricket.
What a Christmas present that would be for
A new Cricket.
Cricket too.
Cricket the
Mantis.
sequel.
Mantis would be the perfect
Yeah,
one because
yeah.
it's the same. And yeah, like I mentioned, Christmas parade's not that exciting. A flamethrower's not going to bring me out, but this
would
excite me.
Black bear wanders into Tennessee Christmas parade. What's crazy about this is that I would think black bears would be hibernating at this point. Like, there's snow in the Smokies right now. There's snow here, and we're further north than the Smokies.
He's had this on his calendar for so long he couldn't miss it. I mean, he probably went to sleep right after this.
He sees someone like drinking a Coke like they do at, in all the commercials, and he's like, I'm not a polar bear, and he throws it.
Oh, you know what? I left out. I forgot to add this story, but I saw it. I was like, oh, that's an animal story. I should put in nonsense. Polar bears are now mating with grizzlies.
Oh.
So it's
A new type of murder bear.
Pizzler?
Pizzler.
Pizzler, or they did it the other way too, which I guess would be Growler?
Oh, but Pizzler's funnier.
Pizzler or Growler? Yeah, which
Pizzler's
one?
way funnier.
Tell us which one you would choose. Pizzler bear. I mean,
I pizzed myself when I saw the Pizzler.
it doesn't accurately reflect the danger that you would be in.
Yeah.
The Pizzler bear.
Pizzler.
Or Pizzly. I guess it would be Pizzly.
A Pizzly bear, yeah.
And finally, this is just a fantastic image. Look, it's like a little chicken nugget with legs.
The first giant panda cub born in Indonesia squeals and squirms in park video. He's got no
Amazing.
spots yet.
Amazing how small they are compared to the big ones. There's a video. I don't
It's
know if
incredible that they managed to get one to breed.
Yeah, and
They seem so stupid. I mean, I like pandas, but they seem so stupid when you see them with their handlers.
I don't think this AP story had it, but the one I originally saw, it showed the mom, and she was like kind of handling it rough and licking it, and I was like, no, don't eat it. It's like it's so small. It seemed like, but I guess it works out.
I think other animals young are not nearly as fragile as ours are at birth, as a rule. Not
Yeah,
always.
that little guy. How strong could he be?
Well, he's strong enough to move our hearts here in the L1 studio. Thank you for joining us for another episode. We will be back next week. I think, unless we might do a live stream.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah, so we think about
That's
Christmas.
going to be the week of Christmas. And Christmas Day is Friday, right?
Okay, then I will be gone. I will be gone Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
And then we roll right into the new year.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
We'll probably do a live stream, most likely. But we will still do something.
Maybe.
So we always do something for New Year.
We might combine the two holidays.
Yeah.
Stick around and find out.
Exciting.
Stay tuned. Click every day. Click on the channel and check.
And click all the videos too, so
and
we
all
get
the
all those
social
hits.
media. Go to
Like
the
all
store.
of them, yeah. Thank you to our patrons and float planers. We appreciate all of you. Bye.
That was an hour.
It's a long episode.
Oh, I didn't stop recording.
Did you hit stream? Uh-oh.
This part might not get cut out.
Oh, whoops.